Hi, I'm Tina.
Hi, I'm Priya,
And we're Between Two Skeins,
the Fiber Friends pod of our dreams, and yours too, hopefully.
We are now on episode 8.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to the pod. Hopefully you're returning to watch.
Yes, and if you are new to our little YouTube channel here, we're mainly a knitting, crafting, crocheting podcast. And in all that making, we like to talk about what we watch or have been listening to,
Yeah,
or any other aspects of our lives that kind of contributes to our crafting, even though it doesn't get talked about a lot.
yeah.
Mhm.
Doesn't seem related at first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this episode is mostly going to be about Rhinebeck.
Yes. This is the Rhinebeck Hangover episode.
Yes.
We had to take some time away from coming back from Rhinebeck to get together and kind of talk about our experiences.
Yeah.
The good and some bad.
Interesting.
Little things here and there. But yeah.
Eventful.
Yes, very, very much so.
Yeah.
But before we start with all that, I'm wearing the Regolith hoodie,
which I'm also wearing.
Yes, and this was our Rhinebeck sweater.
This is our actual the Rhinebeck
yes,
sweater.
Yes.
You picked this.
Did I?
Yes, you did. You found the book Cosmology.
Yes.
And then you suggested the hoodie as a knit along.
I kind of like fell in love with the hoodie. I think it's because I didn't see a really good hoodie pattern out there yet.
Yeah.
And this was the first one that really caught my eye.
Yeah, I have to agree. I've knit one hoodie before. It was okay. I just wanted it to end, by the end. But I was gonna say I really liked the hood construction.
Oh yes.
Of this one, it was so easy.
Yeah.
Right, because you 3 needle bind off. That's
so easy. You kind of knit up in the square and then connect it there.
And it's so cute. I can't.
And the decreased details in the back.
Yeah,
kind of like that too.
It's really cute. I just like how the whole thing was done.
Yeah. We both had a really good experience with this project.
Yeah, I have to agree because I liked this yarn as well, and you kind of encouraged me to go with like the sample suggested yarn, right? Was this Daruma Geek?
Yeah, they had really good colors.
They had really good colors.
They had a lot of good colors. I think I would have gone with Geek too if I didn't go to the trunk show.
You didn't see this
for Supernova Dyeworks. If I did not see this, I would have gone that direction.
This had to happen though, because like it was so special at Rhinebeck to run into her, and we were wearing the sweaters, and you were wearing the one made in her yarn.
Yep. That was good times.
That was a really good experience.
Yeah, one of the many good ones.
Yeah. I would say both our sweaters also got like a trial by blocking in real time.
Oh, you're right.
Because
it was raining so hard. That was Saturday. Yep, Saturday. It was raining, and it got its own little natural soaking.
Yeah.
And steaming on our bodies. Yes. Like our body heat steaming the blocking.
Yes.
The wet blocking.
And,
it was.
And so it shaped perfectly to us, which is what you want.
Yeah. Mine's already like starting to get like, you could see that the little haze that you get when you wear something for a while.
Yeah.
It makes it really soft.
Yes. Yeah. And this yarn is very soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yours is like a cloud.
Yeah, yours
is like a cloud.
This is very comfortable. This is actually very wearable, which I questioned when I got it. But I was like,
oh, the color?
No, the yarn
itself. Gotcha, yep.
But I was like, whatever, send it. Like, let's do it for the gram.
It's a good color, and it's a nice yarn.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very comfy. I didn't overheat or anything, so I like that.
Yay!
Let's just address the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the weekend. Let's talk about what we did.
Yes.
Because that's the whole point. So,
we flew in Wednesday night.
That's right.
And so that we can get up first thing in the morning to get on the String Thing Studio bus.
Yep.
That got picked up in 2 locations, one in Brooklyn, but we got on in the Midtown stop. And that was what was it, 8 o'clock in the morning?
It wasn't too bad.
8, 9 o'clock in the morning. And our first stop upstate New York was Kingston.
Kingston,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
The store was called Yarn Farm
Yep.
and Wine Bar.
Yep.
It's a cute store.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked
mm-hmm.
the food, the setup, the kind of like sit outside.
Yeah.
It was cute, and the downtown's nice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we walked around, we shopped a little there.
Mm-hmm.
I bought these earrings.
Yes.
And we had the donuts.
Yes, we had the apple cider donuts at the Half Moon Bay Cafe.
Yes, yeah.
That was very, very cute.
Also, it was a very, pleasant start to
yes,
very eventful rest of the weekend.
The sun was still out.
The sun was out.
Yep.
It seemed really beautiful. Like we had, it was like we almost had no idea what was coming next.
Yeah.
Thursday was still the calm before the storm.
Yeah, it was kind of like we didn't have high expectations per se,
but everything was going so well.
Yeah, we had a neutral expectation.
Yeah,
we really didn't go in thinking like too high or too low of anything.
Yeah, I agree. I think we weren't expecting much. We knew that there was like a forecast of rain.
Yep.
So we expected a little bit of annoyance to do with that. But I mean, there's no way for us to have known.
No.
For anyone to have known what was coming. But Thursday really made it seem like maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah,
because the sun was out and it was really like pleasant and nice.
We had some good company on the bus.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't...
That's true. Our group on the bus was actually very fun and pleasant and chill. Like, and everybody was very friendly.
Yeah.
And like when we arrived at the hotel, and throughout the trip when we would at the end of the night, we'd like all do like a show and tell
of
and
everything that we hauled that day, which was both scary and fun.
Yeah, because you're like, oh god, what have I done?
Yeah. You're like, oh, did I really spend this much? Oh shit.
So
yeah,
the bus was surprisingly okay.
Yeah,
like it was nice. It was decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, then from there we went straight up right to Poughkeepsie, which is where the hotel is.
Yep, that's where the hotel was, and then we had to drive an hour to, was it Scargetty? No, Catskill. Sorry, apologies. So, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Woolen Folk, this was their 3rd year hosting this festival in upstate New York during the Rhinebeck weekend. It's one of those side shows that happen outside of the main event, which is New York Sheep and Wool Festival at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds. And so Woolen Folk this year, for the first time, decided to have a warm-up event prior to the main festival on Friday. So Thursday night was the warm-up event, and it was
let's say we walked in, honestly, you still couldn't tell right away. As an attendee, honest experience, until about like when we sat down to eat dinner, we really did not sense anything was amiss. And that may just have been like also because we moved so slowly through it at first. Like I think because we walked in, we immediately met Amanda from m.a.b.e.l and Fangirl Fibers was also there. And like it just, we spent a lot of time immediately greeting people that you had worked and collaborated with and actively collaborating with. And so we moved through it very slowly, and at that time it was like, okay, the first few tents look fairly, they look like they could handle a little rain. Like,
they were on like these cement so tiles. Like, okay, we're like, okay, maybe everything's okay.
Maybe it's not that bad. And we go at that time, the crowd is not as much as obviously the next day, which we didn't know. We go into the first floor, which is where the Wandering Flock stall was, and I mean booth was, and it was, we met Geraldine and Marie, and then dinner began.
Yes. Right? So we went to 3 different vendors, purposefully, and then also Pacific Knits and Yarnaceous was also in the same booth as Fangirl Fibers. So let's say 4 vendors.
Yeah.
4 vendors. 5 vendors. Sorry.
Yeah.
In like, what was it, an hour and a half ish? So we were moving pretty slow.
We were slow,
but we really wanted to attend this event because we wanted to talk to people. This was what we thought. Well, sorry, I'm gonna speak for myself. This is what I thought the event was going to be.
Agree with you.
Yeah,
I thought so too, and I've met at least some of them before,
yeah.
and was also looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You know, so I was fully thinking it was like a long chat and walk around.
Yeah. I really thought it was more of an interactive experience, and I should have known a little bit better because most preview events that I've attended that is not fiber related, I've attended Designer Con out in California. That's like a 3-day event where there was a preview event where shoppers get 3 extra hours to shop before anyone else gets to shop because there's exclusive things that are only available at that show.
Yeah.
So first come, first serve. So obviously that way. So when we went to this event, I thought there was a little bit of that was going to happen. There's a preview time. And they said the event was going to be like 4:30 to 9.
Yeah.
So we walked slow because we thought we were going to have all that time till 9 p.m. to shop.
Yeah. Essentially.
We were not told really of the plans. But 6 o'clock comes around and they said food's ready to be served.
Right.
So we're all like, okay, I guess we have to go, eat. And I think I should have like recognized at the time that if the vendors are eating with us, then obviously nothing's going to be open.
Yeah, I know. We kind of like, really were not. We were not ready.
Yeah, it was.
We were on vacation mode. We weren't really like focused on like, what was actually happening until this point. I would say this is when the alarm bells start to go off at dinner, right? This is when we're cluing into like, okay, something's not right,
Yeah.
Because like, of course, our friends who are also vendors who were there sit down with us to dinner, and we're starting to hear some of what was going on that other people have already shared, of course, there. And honestly, that is the source of truth of that because they really went through it. We also were only witnesses. We're just firsthand. So I'm not gonna try and explain all of what happened.
You can read, like, we're not gonna speak for the vendors. We're not gonna speak for other attendees. We can only speak from what we saw. But we did see a lot ourselves.
We did see a lot, and this is when we're starting to hear something's not maybe quite right with what was described. We're starting to hear one of the organizers of this event, actually decided to part ways with it altogether and wasn't involved anymore at the event, right? I think that's when we found out.
Yeah, we did not know. When I wanted to attend Wool & Folk, I knew that there was 2 yarn stores in Brooklyn that were partnered together for this event.
Yeah.
And we did not find out until the night that we were chatting with other people at the tables that they had parted ways. So I was like, oh, well, that's
interesting.
That's yeah.
Yeah. And so then suddenly, it's starting to, come into focus what's occurring. The person who's organized the bus that we're on runs this event solely, and things are coming out about what's going on. So I think we get through dinner and we're thinking, okay, let's like walk around a little bit more and just try to get a feel of what's going on ourselves. But it's like, now dinner's, another incident occurred at dinner. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess to be transparent, we saw some things too.
We saw some things. There was actually where we were sitting was quite dark. In fact, one of the vendors, our friend sitting, commented on how strange it was that it was quite dark. And, at the time we made light of it, like, it's mood lighting or
it's a romantic dinner.
It's the vibes,
Yeah.
And of course, like moments later is when the first, someone falls, and it's interesting because we did actually, strangely, one of the only times recorded that we've seen like the organizer of the event respond to the incident.
Yes.
Right? Because every other time
there's a med team, there's a first aid team.
Yeah.
There's security or something.
Yeah, but also at the event, every other time there's an incident, she's not actually showed up either.
Yeah.
It was like the one time and we saw it.
Yeah.
It was strange.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
The chair that person fell off of was on a hill. So you're thinking facing your left side and your right side is not even. So it's on the hill.
And your back is kind of to the slope.
So the fall obviously very easily could have happened to anybody.
Oh yes,
it was muddy. Like it wasn't dry. it was
very
I
dark.
think we were all really trying to make the best out of this event because we paid for it and we were there to see the vendors and other knitfluencers or whatever you want to call them, and we were really trying to make the best out of it.
Yeah.
And I think
yes, I agree. I think there was some level of like, you know, subconsciously maybe like denial that maybe things weren't quite as they seemed. And we left that night in a hurry, right? Like
we ran to the bus.
We ran to the bus. We definitely did not see any of these swag bags that we were supposed to get.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the people in the bus shared, you know, one of the extras that they had grabbed for their friend, but yeah, I mean, not that it matters. I'm just saying, like, I didn't even know that was a part of the thing. Yeah. And we left concerned, you know, for people's booths, and we saw the state they were in before the next day. So we had some idea of like the impending doom, but we left feeling like maybe there was a plan or an attempt to, you know, we just didn't know. There was no way for us to know. We left, and actually I remember both of us saying like, let's go check on, you know, let's go check on them first thing in the morning and like see what's going on, because we were worried.
Yeah. And people's merchandise, and the reason why they came to the show to begin with, and
yeah, it was
So
So
that night we were like, well, hopefully tomorrow's better.
Yeah. And the morning started off okay.
Yeah, because
we went to Cakepoolza first.
Friday morning we did the 12 a.m. to 10 a.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. 2 p.m. slot. So Cakepoolza, I've never been.
Oh, so, me neither. I've never been to any of these.
I had no like idea of how to even like talk about it because I had no idea what it was. I was like, okay, it's just probably another shopping experience.
Yeah.
And it was. We didn't really mention it because I honestly didn't know what to say about it because it was just part of the String Thing studio bus stops. And we're like, okay, let's go along with it and see what happens. Just like the yarn store that we went to, we didn't know anything about that either.
I'll be honest, I had no idea what we were going to do on the bus. I just knew that I was going to meet her in New York and get on a bus. Yeah. So like after that, the whole thing was a question mark that was going to end in Rhinebeck, hopefully.
We were just along for the ride.
I was just along for the ride.
And to also, like, I've also never been to any of these other events other than New York Sheep and Wool Festival on Saturday. I've only gone one day. I've never made a weekend out of it. So this was all kind of new to me too. Yeah. I've only seen what I've seen like on social media.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, you know, so Cakepoolza was another shopping experience, kind of like Wool and Folk and in the Untangled. But we went to Cakepoolza, and I really enjoyed it. Actually,
I did too. I was gonna say I had a really good time.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to expect until we got in the door, of course, and then I saw. I think the first booth was like, or second booth you see is like Melantated Boho Bae. Yes. And I was like, oh my god, yes, yes, I'm so happy to see you know this here. Like, we should just do our haul at the same time, right?
Oh yeah, we should. I guess we should.
I mean, I think this is one of the few points in the story that a haul makes sense because the rest of it goes downhill from here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So the first place we went to was Melantated Boho Bae.
Okay, I want to see yours first.
And
I'm going to do mine.
I got fiber, obviously.
Yes!
Yay! This is called Sunsets, and it's a Shetland silk blend. And not to spoil anything, but I'm not a spinner yet. At this point of purchase,
she's a spinner now.
I'm a spinner now.
Just rest assured.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna build a collection of fiber until I actually spin.
Yes, that's the way to do it. That's how everybody does it. You always have way more than you're ever gonna spin.
Yeah.
No, I think this is like the most perfect. I feel like I would have picked that.
You would have totally.
And you did it, so I'm so happy because I feel like I shopped through you.
Yeah. And then what did you get?
Okay, I held it up earlier, so it might be visible, but I also got this big floof from Melantated Boho Bae. It's called Rainbow, and it is merino farm fleece Romney silk sparkle bamboo.
Ooh, wow.
Faux cashmere mohair cotton and something else. Sorry.
Wow.
It's a lot of things. It's like an art bat, and I've never spun one of these before, so I'm interested to see how it turns out. I just want to. I can't wait to try it. I feel like you should do another, like finish yours and do this one. I'll do this one, and we'll have like
we'll do a spin along.
We'll have a spin along. A melanated boho bae
spin along.
Spin along.
Maybe I could do Tour de France this year or next year.
Tour de Fleece?
Tour de Fleece. No, I will not be doing the Tour de France.
You could do Tour de France.
No,
I believe in you.
You're right. Oh man, I got that wrong. Tour de Fleece. Have you done Tour de Fleece?
No, I have not. I should. I don't know why I haven't. When is it?
I don't remember.
July?
I think it's July.
Okay.
Same time as Tour de France, I'm assuming.
I don't know when that is.
I don't either. I'm sure someone will tell us or we'll find out after this episode.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So Amanda of Melantated Boho Bae,
yes.
Love seeing her. So after Melantated Boho Bae, we went to another stall booth we went to was Fashion School Dropout. Kelly of Fashion School Dropout. And I got a skein
of the blue clay.
It's so pretty. So pretty. It's called, the colorway is called Endless Summer.
Oh, that is very pretty.
Yes.
I love the pink splash.
I know. I kind of like the dark bits too.
I like that too.
It's kind of like all the colors.
Yeah,
there's some reds, there's some greens and blues.
Yeah.
Yellow, oranges, pinks. A lot of it. Yeah.
I really enjoyed your picks this shopping trip. It was interesting to see your palette.
Yeah. Yes. It was a very, very interesting palette. Then where else did we go? Then we went to Moon and Yarn Craft.
Yes.
Yay.
Moon and Yarn Craft Room.
Yes.
So
what pulled you in? Because
definitely one of these.
Yes. I saw the project bags.
I saw the project bags and I lost it. This was just calling my name from the second I saw it. I mean, look at it. It's a cutie little strawberry bag, and the inside is actually polka dots.
It was hard not to convince you to get, because you were trying to get the project bag, another project bag that had, what was on that project bag you wanted?
Maybe it was cats.
Oh, it was probably cats. Between that and then this Notions
one.
Bag.
But I need a Notions bag.
Then I was like, which one do you need more of?
Yeah, I do.
So Notions it was.
I do. I need more. In fact, I'm storing some in here right now, which will come out later.
Yay! And then I got this tote bag. Moon and Yarn Craft Room, and it says, "You are the warp to my weft."
It's so cute.
And it's like a weaving pun, but it's also like a knitting pun for me because there's warp knitting and weft knitting machines out there. So I was like, oh, that's perfect for me. So bags. A lot of bags. Then where'd we go after that? Then we went to Black Pearl Magic.
That's right.
For more project bags.
Oh,
dun. Should we do the one together first?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh, I didn't bring that one.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh my god. We got this one.
We got the same project bag.
Yes.
Just like our green and blue paisley gold sewing bag, we got the same matching checkered board with smiley faces. I love this bag.
It's so cute.
Especially with the pink wax canvas on the bottom.
It's adorable. Everything in her shop was amazing.
Yep. It's so cute.
It was irresistible. I mean, the second I saw this one, I was like, I have to get it.
Yes.
I have to get it.
Yes.
And I think you were like,
yes.
I have to get it
so
too.
it was on display, and then someone bought the display, and then we were like, oh no, did they run out? But we asked, and they gladly presented 2 more of these for us. So I was like, oh my god, it's meant to be. We had to get it. And you got another project bag.
I did. I kind of brought it up by accident earlier, but
no.
This one,
so
I'm using it already. And in fact, I have a pin on here that I'll show. I'll bring it closer. It's from Moon and Yarn Craft Room also. And it says spinning is magical.
Yay!
And you enabled that. You were like, you need to get it. But I saw this bag and I had to do this.
Now you had 2 different size bags.
Yeah, I need like a mid-size bag like this. And then
a larger
one.
A sweater bag and a not sweater bag.
Yes. This does have a lot of knot sweater things in it already.
And I got another bag also
Oh my
from Black Pearl Magic.
Yes.
And it's this one. It's like I mean, look at the pretty like zipper pull. And there's a little separate, and there's more surprises in there of all the things I got at Rhinebeck. But this bag is beautiful.
It was the perfect shopping bag for this trip,
especially for the rainy
it
weather.
Was perfect.
I used it as a head cover for a moment.
You did, I remember.
Yep.
It was desperate times.
Yes.
You had to do anything to survive.
Yeah, but it was a really good. Yeah, it was a good shopping experience. There was so obviously we had a time slot, so they did it in that way, which actually reduced the crowd, which was good because crowds were very overwhelming during this weekend. And that was interesting. And we saw a lot of people there that were just shoppers as well, people we've seen online, people that came up to us. Actually, one of the first people who came up to us actually watched this podcast, so thank you for saying that you watch us. I was like taken aback. I was like, oh my god, I forgot we're on a podcast.
No, yeah, I agree. It was so nice of you to say hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
So hello back.
Hello back.
And thank you for saying something, because I honestly sometimes forget like that people watch us and that people care, I guess.
I know. I think we do so many things. We put it out. And
just hope something happens.
Hope it's out there.
Yeah. We're just trying to be us and have fun and not take this too seriously.
Yeah. But it's nice. It's really nice to meet people.
Yeah.
I think that was the best part this whole weekend.
Yeah.
Was all the Viper friends.
Yes, we saw a lot of people.
And I really actually, what I thought was so entertaining was like almost as soon as we got on the bus, like somebody grabbed what I was wearing like this, you know, the knitter grab, the knitter grope of
approval.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, what's that?
I needed to know. And I was just like, wow, it's like, you know, we're entering a different
it's a different world.
Different world
where people understand you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was really nice. We got so many, I mean, I know it sounds kind of like self-centered, but it was really nice. There were so many compliments for my sweaters.
Oh yay! No, that's honestly, who
and
doesn't want
to
ask?
That's the best part.
Yeah.
And I feel like I
was want to be asked that question.
I know, and I feel like we were saying it back to all the time.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh my god, I love your sweater.
Yeah.
We saw some crazy, like really amazing outfits. Like there was like a knit dress we saw.
Yeah.
I thought it was
extraordinary stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
But
yes.
You know, I mean, it was just so nice to be around that. Like, that made it
worth the weekend for sure.
It did. Well, that day, yeah.
Yes.
The rest of that day.
So after Cakepoolza, we headed to Woolen Folk.
The main event.
And there's something that I didn't talk about Woolen Folk was that I got stung by a bee.
That's it. That's right. Right away.
Right off the bus. We got off the bus.
Right off the bus, and
I got stung by a bee.
I was like, "Are you kidding me? We just got here."
Yeah. I was like, yeah, you know, this is about my luck.
I was like, of course this would happen to you.
I know.
Of
I'm
course.
like attracted to bad things.
I was just like, oh my god. So
bodily function.
So before we get at the door already, you have been attacked.
I've been stung.
It's fine.
Yep. And then we were taken to the entrances, one of the entrances of Woolen Folk.
Yeah, I think because
I couldn't tell.
We had the bands from
we had the string thing bus
before,
and the night before. Yes, the warm up experience.
So we could actually go in once we showed it, and
as a group of the bus, since the owner or the organizer of Woolen Folk was also the organizer of the bus. So
so
we went in as a group.
Yeah, we went in as a group,
yep.
And you and we went straight to check on our friends from the night before. It was Camellia Fibers,
yes,
and Jador Fibers,
yes,
and
so,
their
Sylvia and Shannon, yes,
Sylvia and Shannon. Their booths were empty.
Yeah,
it was.
We had one of the tent booths out in the back. I think it's by the book library or the book house. It was called. One of those tents, and we went there, and it was completely empty. All their stuff was out, and there was just random people sitting on the grass.
Yeah, somebody's like husband and kids, I think. Like
or something. And then I was like, oh no, did they just pack up and go home? Like,
I really thought like they just left.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah. And then we went searching for Geraldine of the Wandering Flock to see if they knew anything about what happened. And as we were going there, one of the workers were like, "Oh, who are you looking for?" And we're like, "We're looking for the vendors that were in that tent in the back that's empty."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, they were moved to the main tent.
Yeah.
They've been completely flooded out of their tents." And I'm like,
wow. Yeah, that was.
Whoa.
We walked right into that, and this trip from the tents in the back to the main tent was, we could not make it. There was people everywhere. You could barely walk through it.
Yeah.
So we get through the crowd. I think we saw Geraldine at some point.
Yes.
She's also looking for them.
Yes.
And we were like, they're in the main tent. We're going to go try to find them. And we arrived, and yes, they were there. Clearly very shaken. And,
Yeah. And walking into the main tent, that's also where the podcast patio was. And Tony of Teal Yarn Crafts was speaking during this event. And there are vendors around. There is one of the booths for Woolen Folk merch that was there. Like, it was very confusing. There was mud, slush everywhere. People were tripping.
There were just like maybe half a dozen chairs scattered.
Yeah.
Somewhere in a cluster around this, and a few tables. Yeah. Randomly.
Yep. Tables without chairs.
So we came in and we're just like standing there for a few minutes to try and catch our breaths and figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a complete zoo compared to what we saw like the evening before.
Mm-hmm.
And, we just saw the front, so we didn't actually see everything in the back. I think then you and I tried to go out and try to see if we could
get in anywhere.
We really could not get through, the house that had,
and it was raining, and people were taking cover in the tents. So we're like, let's try to get inside to see what's that like at least. And because we missed so much the night before, thinking that we had more time to check it out, the whole place. But we didn't. So, like, we were kind of confused. So we wish that we got the pamphlet of all the vendors they were supposed to pass out, but because we were part of the bus, they didn't give us one. I don't know, but we never got one until the end of the day when we were leaving, and they're like, "Oh, there it is." So anyway, there were QR codes posted all over in some of the buildings, but none of them worked.
Yeah, you kept trying.
I kept trying. Every single sheet I came across, I was like, is it working? No, it's not working. So because we knew Sylvia and Shannon had moved, we thought, okay, maybe other vendors had moved too, so therefore we had to pretty much look all over again for these people. Couldn't find a map. There was a list somewhere at some point. I took a picture of the list, but at that point it was already like the end of the day for us.
Mm-hmm.
But
we saw the state of like the staircase, and we got through a lot of that, but it was
so firsthand. We try to get to the 5th floor, as some vendors were on the 5th floor. There was a ground floor and the 5th floor of the building, the main building, and there was someone with a mobility scooter that was trying to get out of the elevator, which is the same channel of passageway for us to get to the stairs. So people were coming down the stairs, people were going in the elevator, out of the elevator. It's like a double door wide space for all of this traffic. So I had to yell for people to move out of the way so that the person can get to the door. Mm-hmm. Then we climbed the stairs to the 5th floor because there was only one elevator. So we climbed the stairs, and there were people eating in the staircase. So we witnessed this firsthand, and we were both looking at each other like, this is going to be a safety hazard. This is a fire hazard.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're already like halfway through. Let's just go up there, see what it is, and then come back down immediately.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did. We could not shop.
You could not
when we got up there.
Stand anywhere for more than a second, and you could not move somehow also at the same time.
Yeah.
It was just...
I was like, I don't know how anyone's buying anything in this environment.
I can't. It was very oppressive, I wouldn't call myself super claustrophobic, but I didn't enjoy that. I was uncomfortable, and I think anyone who was there was
very uncomfortable.
It was too many people for the space.
Yeah.
Even on the 5th floor. If you made it up, it was still a zoo.
Yeah.
And so was the 1st floor. Most of it was.
We ended up skipping a lot of the 5th floor vendors, which is sad. Again some of the suckiest things for the vendors, as some vendors have already talked about. And we were like, we had to get out of there. I was like, I did not feel safe.
Yeah, it was not comfortable. It was not okay. It was not a great place to be. So I mean, finally, I think around 3 we kind of just gave up. We tried to go out to eat.
Yeah.
There were lines there were 2 or 3 food trucks, but there were lines. One of them had already closed, I think. And we just
there was no place to sit and eat. We knew that going in. So after seeing the podcast patio where dinner was held, and then all those seats were gone. So we're like, so where are we eating? And then I was like, let's just get off the premises and find a restaurant nearby.
Yeah, so we walked to a Thai restaurant nearby and regrouped.
Yes.
Oh, it was...
We're like, okay, when we go back, what are the things we have to see so we get it out of the way, and then just like find a place to like stay for a while outside of crowds and stuff. So
yeah, I think because you had to meet Teal Torch.
Yes, I had to meet Tina of Teal Torch Knits. Yes.
And so that's after lunch, that's all we did. We tried to find her.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right? And that was crazy too, trying to get to those tents in the back. And you know, I mean, luckily we met some of them the night before somehow, like, you know, like Supernova Dyeworks. We met, you know,
the night before,
Fangirl Fibers and Camellia Fibers. Luckily we got to meet them right before all of this happened. But at the same time, that's what made it so hard to watch too, because like we just spent this time with them and, you know, befriended them, and now we have to watch them go through like this crazy, insane
experience.
And
how to put it like a professional face on and still, you know, give the experience to the customers that were there to buy their product.
And I can only imagine how overwhelming it felt to be trapped in one of those booths trying to vend somehow in this, when just trying to walk through it was so oppressive and uncomfortable. So yeah, my heart really goes out to all of them. I think you do too. I mean, it's just it was not the way anyone should have been treated. Not the attendees, not the vendors, not the customers. Nobody should have had to go through that.
Yeah.
I mean, even the podcast speakers, there was nobody who wasn't shafted by this event.
Yeah. We really
somehow everybody
went into it with I guess not high expectation, but some kind of expectation of other events that we have attended.
Yeah.
This was so below that bar.
And it was so unexpected.
So unexpected, because it's not like, I mean, even if it was a brand new one, it would have had some standards, I feel.
Yeah, I think, you know, we expected we didn't expect it to be like amazing right off the bat anyway, because we knew it was going to rain. So we're expecting kind of like a damp, drizzly day, but we're hoping this event is going to be like Cake, where, you know, we walked in and you get to spend some time like shopping, we get some, you know, some FaceTime talking to people that happen to be our friends or people we talk to on Instagram, you know, who are either also shoppers or, you know, vendors, whatever. Like, we're expecting it to be sort of like a social shopping event.
Yeah.
Like, the shopping is very much a part of it. Like,
yes.
That's
why
definitely
they're there.
That's why we're there. We get it. But we're also like, it's not just getting crammed into these. And even
there are humans behind stalls.
Yeah. And even if it was just a shopping event, I still think that was extremely uncomfortable and awful. So
it was very Black Friday-esque.
Oh my God, you know what? I've actually never been to Black Friday. This is my
first.
No,
Black Friday is exactly like this experience, I feel like. It was not great. It was dangerous, and
I really felt for everyone. It was not a great. I mean, and it was such a stark contrast to Cake.
Yeah.
And even the next day, Rhinebeck, which also it rained arguably almost
just
as much.
Yeah.
So,
but a much more enjoyable experience. So it's not the rain that causes the discomfort.
Yeah, the weather was the least of the issues. Actually, it was everything else could potentially maybe have been compounded by the rain, but they were existing problems.
Yes.
Evidenced by the day before, you know, with the fall when there was no rain. Yet.
Yes.
So anyway, it's
it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and there's plenty of vendors and customers who have shared their experience, especially those who needed disability accessibility. Like, we're
lucky. We
have our privileges, and still did not have a great time, so I cannot even fathom the kind of experiences everyone else had. But because of the vendors who did not get seen because they were so crowded that people couldn't get to their booths, accessibility issues to their booths, anything of the sort, damaged, product, we'll show you what we got at Woolen Folk, so you can support the people out there who vended there. And we'll make sure to link in the show notes all the vendors who also were vending there, so that you guys can support them. So let's start with what we got the night before, because that was pretty much the biggest part of the shopping experience for us was the night before with the vendors that we actually met with, which was the 5 vendors we talked about.
Yes.
So we supported them, of course, and the first booth we went to that we bought something out of was Fangirl Fibers.
Yes, you're right. And I forgot what I got.
But that's okay, because we got the same thing. We got a skein of their Rhinebeck special colorway called It's Raining Sheep. Very, very aptly named. Lots of pinks. And of course, we both got the same skein, DK weight. Yeah.
I think we finally came up with a plan around then of what to shop for. This is for the melted down crochet top, right? This was one of the colors we immediately saw in her stall, in her booth, and we're like, oh my god, we need to do it.
Yes.
It's the best of both worlds.
So Fangirl Fibers. I did the Catch-em-all Snood cowl collaboration with them, which I was able to give the sample at the show, and then Emily of Fangirl Fibers was wearing it during the show, so it was really fun to see that.
Yes. It was really good to see them again.
Yeah.
Because we met her first at the Ann Arbor.
Yes, the Fiber Expo. Yes.
That's the first time we met her, and every time we meet her is such a joy.
Yeah, and then of course, their awesome bag.
Oh, this
that
bag,
we got a second of one of. Because
people will not stop asking where this bag is from anytime we are caught with it, which is every time we shop with them. And I love this bag.
I know, it's so shiny. We have a theme of this event. Shininess.
I raffled off one or did a giveaway at the end of the bus tour, and this one was like the hot ticket item. People were about to fight.
People wanted it for sure.
Yes.
What else did we get at Fangirl Fibers? I think that was it.
I got from Pacific Knit. I got the Rhinebeck. Yes.
The Rhinebeck Fair Isle.
Yes.
The doodles.
The doodle kit.
Yes.
And I got the Rhinebeck one, and I'm definitely making a sock with it.
Such a good idea.
It's genius. It's so cute. You get these, basically the cards have a 24 stitch pattern repeat of all these different motifs, and you can mix and match colors and sequence and whatever else you want, and you just make up your own unique cowl. I think and she, when we met her the next day, she mentioned she also has a vanilla sock pattern that you could use to plug in these charts and make really
ingenious.
It's so clever.
The doodle bar.
Yeah, the doodle bar.
So nicely curated. There was kits for all these cowls.
The colors were so good.
So good.
I highly recommend.
Yeah.
If you're at a fiber event and they are vending, highly recommend this stuff.
Pacific Knit Co. For
Very
sure.
Cute.
Then who else did we see? Geraldine. Obviously, we had to go to the Wandering Flock booth. We had to go find Geraldine and Marie. And my Frequency sweater was in the booth.
Yes.
It's a collaboration that we did together. So, of course, that was great to see them again, because we visited their studio in Brooklyn way back when, a few years ago. And we did a lot of damage at the Wandering Flock, because we always do, and that's okay. And we like to support our favorite peoples.
You go first.
I go first. So I'm gonna start with the sweater quantity I got, because
oh my god,
it's quite the color, and I love it. And I got 6 skeins of this beautiful blue called
Alexandrite.
Alexandrite.
You can tell I'm obsessed with it.
This is such a good color. Oh, with little bits of purples.
I know. So I saw this when they were talking about the birthday update, the shop birthday update, and I was like, I need something with that. Like, I need to have this yarn. I mean, I got a skein of it too, but not a sweater's quantity. Which, I mean, we were talking about you're gonna make it a Romanesco.
Making a Romanesco jumper
with
from
this.
The designer of that pattern is Ranti Studio.
Yes.
We call it the spiky sweater.
The spiky sweater.
For the nickname.
Yeah, that's a Cal. That's a Cal coming along.
Yep.
Should we do a knit along as a pod? I feel like
we should.
You know, if there's interest,
let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
we would gladly love to do another Cal.
Yes, because
or Mal make along.
Yeah, this color is just so beautiful.
I'm so excited.
As a moment, yeah.
So excited.
I'm so glad you got it.
Yes. Yes. And then, what else did I get? Oh, I got more yarn from Wandering Flock to make a beret, which I did make already, which is why they're wound up in cakes right now. This is YOLO. This is Dusty Blue, and this is their birthday colorway called 100s and 1000s. And I made, or we decided to make the Klary beret. And I already finished it since being back home. And
I had a little trouble.
And let's show your colors first, and then we'll talk about what we're doing with this.
Well, I have the same blue, and then I did a purple that I traded with you for.
Yes,
that
forgot to mention that.
Also wound up because I ran into the same. I ran into some issues making this, which is why my yarn is in balls as well. Because it's supposed to show up here with one of these, but I did not because I couldn't get the colors to work for me. So I also have a teal yarn that I bought from her. This is called A Tall Drink of Water, something interesting that. Yeah. It's really beautiful, and I like this teal once in a while in like a little pop, but it was
a little much.
It was happening a lot in this. I couldn't figure out the placement. Like it needed. I think it needs to be the bubbles, but I don't know.
I think we really like the pattern because of its really graphic color work and the cables and the 3 colors and the pattern, like the look of it. It's a very nice looking pattern.
It's very interesting to make too. Yes. I will say that. It
was a good knit. Yeah, it was a good knit. It was fun.
I just don't know how to wear a beret.
And I also tried this on. I'm not gonna try this on now, but I don't like the way it looks on my head. I don't think I like berets in general because I don't think I have the head shape for it, or I kind of just feel like it just sits on your head.
I don't know.
Instead of,
but speaking of things on your head, you know, we have not talked about your hair. That has been
okay.
The secret, like, you know,
here we go. Okay.
The open secret thing in the show so far, the episode so far.
You're right, we didn't talk about my.
I think because I have just been like screaming about it at you like 3 or 4 times now, and I just got done doing it before we hit film. But this is a really good. This is a really good look. I love it.
Thank you. I needed something different.
Yeah,
I did not know I was gonna go this different, but I like it.
It works.
Kind of works with the sweater too.
See, you're taking a lot of swings. This one's it's okay.
That's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I think I love these colors together.
We have to make something with it.
Yeah, we'll make something else out of it. I don't know. Are you still gonna make the beret?
Maybe not. Let's find something.
We'll find something else.
Yeah.
We actually had to we came up with a list of things we wanted to projects we wanted to buy yarn from on the day of shopping.
Yeah, we're like on the bus,
looking
like
up,
on the way to on the way to Cake, and going like, okay, so we need 3 skeins of DK for this, and we need this and this for that, and of course we chopped outside of that list too.
Yes,
I mean, come on, we're
plenty of times.
Unhuman.
We didn't even come up with these projects until the day of anyway, so like none of this was planned really.
No.
But we had fun.
Yeah.
Shopping at our favorite places. What else did we get with Wool and Folk? We did see Amanda who I did the Brush of Color and soon to be released Bittersweet Raglan Tea. And Amanda had my Brush of Color tank in their booth, and you got some yarn from Amanda?
I did, and I did not bring it once again.
That's okay.
Because I'm really bad at this. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine, Rice. We're fine.
No, but
you're gonna knit.
We're gonna put a picture of it. I'm gonna show you what I got. It's a green cotton linen.
Yes.
And I realized I was gonna need one more skein than you for my size, and I was like, oh, I think I have an idea. So I'm gonna try and this is already two-tone.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and like 3-tone it somehow. We'll see what happens.
Yes. Yes. For the bittersweet raglan tea.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
We have a lot of projects.
We have a lot of to do on our queues.
That's a lot in like waiting to happen right away. Yeah. It's like this is next and this, but also this.
Yes. So that was Amanda. Where else did we shop? We did shop at Jadora Fibers.
Yes.
And Sylvia's. Did we buy anything from Sylvia? I didn't buy anything from Sylvia.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah,
her, at the time that we were there, she
was swamped.
She was swamped at that moment, and it just
again
there was
shopping
just no way. There was no way. It was at that point
hard.
she was overwhelmed, and the shop was run over, and we were just like, let's move.
Yeah,
like,
let's keep going.
We just barely managed to grab a skein from Jadora Fibers. Half.
We both got.
And then I actually shopped her update after.
Yay!
Because I had been eyeing this lavender that you bought, but in a different kind of base. I'm going to show you. I was looking at this.
Oh, the nice
the
little
fluff
soft
thing.
Yes.
So I got that, and I got this inkwell.
Ooh,
and
what are you gonna do with that?
I was thinking of something like Wavelength, but I don't think I have enough blue to do like a whole. We'll see. I'm working it out. I'm thinking something like that.
Nice wavelength.
Or some kind of crochet where this is like the middle of the square or like an accent. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I know I want something out of this. I don't know what yet, but
mine is Sweet Dreams.
Oh, I did bring my Fangirl Fibers skein.
Oh, there you go. Oh, hold on. Where's mine?
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Yay. I did. It's the Rhinebeck color.
Yes, the Rhinebeck color.
Between two skeins.
Yes.
That's the thumbnail.
So I got boucle.
I'm just digging through my bag of yarn.
Boucle.
That's all wrong. So I grabbed the wrong bag.
Oh no, you're good.
Sorry.
As in you didn't have. Did you bring it with you? No. Oh, okay. You're good. You're good.
So I got like a peachy cream kind of color of this.
Yes.
Although I love this so much right now looking at it.
No, I'm kidding. Here you go. You traded with me before. We could trade again. This is a dream. This is the boucle. What else did you get?
Oh, I got
Teal Torch.
I got Teal Torch, which I showed. It was that little teal
torch.
And you
and I got.
This was funny because we got home and realized that you picked up like this kind of like purple lilac and like a neon yellow.
Yep.
Both at the warm-up dinner and from Wool and Folk and Cakepoolza like together the next day.
Yep.
Just repeated it.
Yep.
So we did a little trade and worked that out.
Yep. I Purple You is the color of this one.
That's so cute.
And then I got a fingering weight to make another pair of socks one day. This was also for the melted down sweater.
Yes.
For crochet. And then this is a fingering weight sock yarn called Waves Go Far. Very cute. But Teal Torch was wearing my Wavelength sweater sample that she test knit actually for me. So that was really nice to see. I think that's the best part. It's just seeing all the people I've worked with or either tested or collaborated with or anything. So
yeah, for me it was like a lot of the people. It was the first time meeting, of course, but it was such a wonderful experience.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Who else did we see? Oh yeah, I went back. See, this is the problem.
Yes,
I went back to get this neon from Yarnaceous. Am I spelling it? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yarnaceous.
Yarnaceous. See, I'm sorry. English is not my expertise.
That's
this is called Roar. Roar.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Roar Hallelujah. Oh, now I get it. Wow.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, and this is the YOLO I got from the Wandering Flock the night before. So obviously I had a theme going.
You did. You certainly
I had a
did.
theme going.
That's all good.
Yeah.
You're feeling this yellow right now.
I am.
Having a yellow moment. The yellow and this like green, like everything here is yellow and green.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Yep.
No, for real, it is.
I know. Everything. Literally everything. And then this is the other place we went to.
Oh, this hat's so cute. I had to get one too.
This was at m.a.b.e.l.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it? m.a.b.e.l? M.a.b.e.l. Yep.
Yeah.
The bucket hat. That is really cute. You got one too, and you had to wear it that day because it was raining really badly.
Raining. I wore it.
Yeah. And then I got
damp.
Yeah, it got very damp. Then I got my sister a bib that was made there.
For your niece.
For my niece.
Yeah, that's cute. Their stuff was really cute.
Very cute. I've seen them at other shows before, but
yeah,
because of their quilted jackets, and their quilted jackets are very, very cute.
Yeah, they're super cute.
Was that it? A Woolen Folk?
I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
I think that was all of Woolen Folk. So despite our experience, we were really just there to meet people that we knew were gonna be there, or people we didn't know was gonna be there. We saw a lot of Michigan-based people in New York.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people from Detroit too.
Yes.
I was like, why are we not meeting in Detroit?
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, maybe we should do something.
We're gonna make that work somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Woolen Folk. And that was Friday. And that was a long day. And we did a lot of damage that day. And then Saturday came, the main event, New York Sheep and Wool Festival, which is really the epitome of what started Rhinebeck weekend to begin with. Mm-hmm. And we call it Rhinebeck because it's in Rhinebeck, the town. Yeah. Where do we start?
Where do we start? So I was interested to see, what was going to happen, because like I felt like I was in for another day of just what happened at Woolen Folk, basically. Like I didn't know.
Right, because you've never been.
I didn't know what to expect, but you were telling me, it's a lot bigger, it's a lot more open, there's a lot more places to sit. It's not the same thing. This is the event. This is not the same. And I was like, okay, open mind, let's go. And we get in, of course, it's like a mad rush from the moment you walk in the door, but that's because people are just trying to get to, their specific, a lot of people we were with were like veteran Rhinebeck visitors, like they all knew which like goat milk soap vendor they wanted to go to right away. And, it was interesting though, because like we also kind of did the same thing. We went straight to
CC's Wool. Yep, we went to CC's Wool right away to get some Lolabean yarn. I do. And sadly, the label got severely crushed because it did rain. But I did get this very, very beautiful skein of DK that was at CC's Wool's booth, and this was called Electric Youth, which was very aptly named because I loved it.
Yeah.
To add to my melted sweater yarn count.
Yes.
So we went straight there, and then from there what did we do then?
Well,
we went to the hill.
We did. We went to the hill for the meetup.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we went to the KNIT.club.
Oh yes.
Meetup first.
Yes. The KNIT.club meetup. So there's another platform called KNIT.club, that I joined a while ago, and I hosted like a Tina Say Knits Along on there as well. And it's just a little community of knitters and crafters as well, headed by Lindsay Deegan, I think, and someone else that I can't think of right now, but I know Lindsay Deegan from a past life. So it was nice to see her again, and Liana was there, and Lavanya, sorry. And they're doing they're being filmed for a documentary called Domestic Machine, I think it's called. It's about brother like manual machine knitting, which is something that I do as well, so that's gonna be interesting to see. But they had a bingo as well, and it was fun just to, I guess, meet people
it was good to do that meetup, and then we went from there right into another
meetup.
Yeah, we went to the Asian Makers meetup that Geraldine of the Wandering Clock hosted, organized. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. That's when we saw Titania,
yes,
Anur, and then Geraldine. We saw everybody.
We saw
There's
everybody.
A lot of people.
I'm not trying to remember the entire list of names because we saw all of you.
Yes, we did. It was honestly so much fun.
It was so great.
It was raining. It was pouring.
I really enjoyed meeting everybody.
And that was fine. Yeah, it was pouring, and we were like all huddled under everyone's umbrellas, and it was so much fun. We did like a mini like Cantonese speaking group on the side.
Yeah, I was there. We met Moondrake.
Rochelle.
And Geraldine was cursing, and she was Cantonese, like, everybody was freaking out. No, we're like, no. I wanted to. I was going to curse in Cantonese too, but you stopped me.
I stopped her.
Okay,
like a good auntie should.
She was like, no.
I was like, no, you can't say it. I was being really mom. Why not? But it was really funny just speaking Cantonese with people that normally you don't hear until like outside of your family, I guess, in America at least. But it was fun.
It was so nice to do it because I feel like already going to Rhinebeck, we were starting to like, you know, suddenly be surrounded by people that like really speak the same language as us, and you know, like they understand this crazy side hobby that like in our day-to-day lives most people don't really get. They don't, and it's not interesting to them, and it's fine. Like I don't think we walk around trying to impose this on anyone or force them to listen to, you know, the nerdy things we argue about, like the drape and what gauge and whatever. Like okay, we get it, but like
cables.
So like we're starting to get that, and it feels really good. And then of course you like, I think the Asian Makers meetup, that was like the icing on the cake, because now you're meeting like actually your people in this group of like your people.
I know. It was a community within a community within a community. It was nice. It was really nice.
It was a lot of fun meeting Chaitanya. I mean, I will say, and I know, like, it was so much fun because, like, I think the four of us, after the maker meetup sort of like dissipated and everybody went back to shopping for a bit, you know, the four of us stuck around together and did the whole thing.
I learned a little bit about fleece that I didn't know about. Touched a lot of smelly fleeces.
Oh yeah,
sheep smells, which was kind of fun actually. I like the sheepy part of New York Sheep and Wool Festival, which is what I told you is like the big difference between the other side shopping events of Rhinebeck versus New York Sheep and Wool Festival. There's more sheep. There's actual fiber.
It's more like farm to customer than like the auxiliary events are more just
shopping events. Yep. And we went to the book section of New York Sheep and Wool Festival in Building B, I want to say, and bought a bunch of books.
Oh yeah, I did not bring those either.
That's okay.
But we got a lot of some similar things. We got Pom Pom.
We got Pom Pom, and now that we know that they're closing,
this is so bittersweet. Yeah,
bittersweet. Bittersweet. Yes. So I got one of their issues that I didn't already have. This was issue 44. Again, I got it actually because of this pattern alone.
Oh,
it's just this one. It's this one, and it's called Weefan. Yeah, but it's so pretty.
It is super pretty.
So pretty. And what else did I get? I got the knitting pattern writing handbook, which it got signed by the tech editors, one of the tech editors that wrote it, Christina McGrath. We've actually talked before online years ago, I think. So it's kind of good to have this, and even though I am a pattern writer already, you never can learn too much, so got that. And then I got this book, Hip to Be Square, which is all Granny Square related things, which I love, by Katie Jones, who I follow on Instagram as well. And then of course Pokemon.
I was like, you gotta do this.
Oop.
You guys oops.
Yep.
Sorry.
Pokemon crochet. Oh, thank you. Because I have to make Riolu for my husband, which is very cute.
Yeah.
Very, very cute.
You had to get this.
Very cute.
You had to get it.
Yeah. So that's all the books. And then what else did we do?
And then you went to a chopstick knitting contest.
Oh wait, before that, we went to Periwinkle Sheep.
Oh yes, you're right.
Yes, we went to Periwinkle Sheep, I collaborated with.
I did not bring my.
That's okay.
I'm gonna show you a picture because I got two skeins. I got her Rhinebeck colorway.
Yes.
And I got the hot pink.
Yes.
That was,
of course.
I mean, she gave me the hot pink. I was like, you know, Tina of course was like, you were talking to her, and so I usually, you know, she's collaborated with them, and so she's like meeting them many times for the first time in person, and so I just look at the yarn, of course, which I love doing. I mean, who doesn't, you know? And I'm talking to myself like, oh, I really can't do this. I really want to.
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
And Karen was like, you can, yes. And I was like, no, like you don't understand. I'm flying home, like
you can
just take it. And
just
I was
put
like,
it in the bag.
I was like, oh no, that's not what I will. Okay.
Put it in the bag. So Karen of Periwinkle, she was very generous, and also my Wild Orchis shawl was a display, and we worked together on Grandma's medley sweater. So it was very, very nice to meet Karen and have a little chat. And then we went to Harrisville Design, which that's where I met Layla Raven of Peace Fleece, and hopefully we can get a collaboration going sometime soon. But just meeting all the peoples. That's where we also stopped for a bathroom break, and that's when we met Dana of Supernova Dyeworks and put on the funny fringe jacket.
Oh, that was a moment. Yeah, you guys were in the bathroom. I was watching. So Einur had bought this like Mercedes-Benz of wheels, of spinning wheels, and leaves it with me, and she goes, guard this with your life. I went to the bathroom, and I was like, okay. And you know, people walking by and be like, congratulations on your, you know, magic craft. And I was like, it's not, well, thank you, you know, like I don't know what to say. Okay.
I know.
And so, you know, Dana of course is also walking by, and she goes like, you know, great wheel. And I was like, wait, hey. I know you. Yeah, we've met. And she was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And you know, she was like standing there, and I see this like rainbow tinsel thing coming out of her bag, and I was like, what did you buy? Because like at first I was like, are you okay, you know, because she was also vending
at Wool's.
And she was like, I'm not ready. And I was like, fair enough, just enjoy today, you know, as much as you can. And also, what is that rainbow sparkly thing in your bag? Like, where did you get that? And it was this glorious like fringe jacket that we all put on, and we're like, you were dancing. So those were like really the moments.
Yeah, those were the good moments.
That was the good stuff.
That was the good stuff. And then after that, we went to Building E that had a lot of the contests that were going on. They had a spinning wheel contest, they have a drop spindle contest, and they have the chopstick speed knitting contest, and then a crochet contest as well. And we went in there, I think, quite early, but I have a knee problem, so then I had to sit down. So I was watching them do the spinning wheel contest.
Yeah.
And during that time, I signed up for the chopstick speed knitting contest, thinking, why not?
Yeah.
And they take 30 entries, and I was luckily like 5 people before they had to close off the signups because they had 30 people. So I was like, oh my god, thank goodness. So I was like, this is so much fun. And I was like, fully expecting to not be good at this. I was like, you know what? I just want to get a gauge.
No,
I just want to get a gauge of, you know, how I was going to do so that I could practice for next year. Like, if I suck at it, then I might just give up. But, we took really good videos of me and pictures.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. They give you the chopsticks, the yarn, and then give you sandpaper. For the first minute of the challenge is that you sand your chopsticks, so it's easier to slide the yarn off. It's very intense. It's very intense. But I loved it. I loved it so much. And I won 5th place out of 30. Yay! I was like, oh, without any practice, I can't get 5th place. So if I actually tried, I'm shooting for 1st place next year. So maybe I'll see you guys there.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it. I think tossed it around a couple times.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were like, okay, let's try to get there in time and see. And you were like, I was like, do it. You gotta do it. And you were like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you guys were shopping around, and I was like, it's like 3:30. I'm like, oh my god, where are they? Are they coming?
Yeah.
If they're not, okay, it's fine. It's all right.
No,
I'm like,
I
I'm gonna
was-
suck, but
Well,
I don't want them to witness me sucking.
so the reason we left.
I know, the sneaky person. So after I won the chopstick knitting contest, she comes up and she shows me, oh, this is what you win.
And it was a drop spindle.
And it's a drop spindle. And guess what? I learned to drop spindle. That's a little bit that I have spun now.
Yeah.
Yay! You sneaky.
Yeah.
So sneaky.
I was like,
I was like, what do you mean?
I was like, that's my Rhinebeck souvenir for you.
Yay!
I got you a little spindle from Shacked. Shacked? Is that how you say it? Shacked.
I don't know, but it's a cute logo with cows on it.
Yeah, they have really good, you know, people like their stuff.
Oh, okay, good.
And this
well, thank you.
seemed
I
to
would
be-
not have known where to even start.
I mean, there were some, yeah. I only looked it up with, I know who is more of a
Oh, yeah.
spinner than me,
Mhm.
even. The owner of the Magic Craft, that's Mama's Teddy Bear. That's, I know who we've been talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I got you the wheel, and yeah, it was funny. You were so.
We're like, next year we're gonna do this drop spindle contest.
Oh, I don't know. I might try the chopstick knitting with you. Though.
Yay!
At least just to see what it's like.
That would be fun.
It looked really like intense.
It was
like,
very
They were
intense.
all. There was like a person that had like a yarn ball holder, so they could pull the yarn easily. I was like, okay.
Wow. I'm
Just
gonna bring a yarn bowl with me.
Oh,
That's how it's gonna go down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That'll be funny. The one that you got me, the Prisca fiber one. I'll just carry that around.
Yes.
That would be my yarn bowl.
Yes.
That's not cheating.
No, you're
I don't
allowed
think
to.
so. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. But that was fun.
Yeah.
We shopped a
then-
little bit, and
Where else did we shop?
honestly, the shopping was not as much.
It was
a
more
part
of
of it.
experience.
It was more just
Yeah.
meeting everybody,
Meeting a lot of people. Yes.
spending time with them.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like such a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Saturday was perfect.
Yeah.
We got to see everybody at the Asian Makers Meetup. We
Yeah.
got to spend the whole day with Ainur and Chaitanya,
Mhm.
and that was so much fun. I
Yeah.
mean, like the fleece
Yeah.
and the wheel, like these are things
Yeah.
like you and I would not have normally.
No.
Would not have been in our experience at
No.
all.
We wouldn't have known about the fried Brussels sprouts,
Oh.
which were delicious.
So good.
The apple fries.
Oh my god, yeah.
Those were so good.
Yeah, apple fries.
Oh, it's a lot of food. Good
Must
food
try.
there. Yeah.
Did not try the donuts,
We
but
did
I'm okay
not.
with it.
We had donut the 2
did-
days before at the
So I was okay
Half
with
Moon
it.
Bay. Yeah.
And
yeah,
those were really
those
good.
are really good.
They were
They
made
were
to
fresh.
order. Yeah.
Fresh. Hot. and
So
fresh.
yeah.
I feel like we're forgetting some other things that we bought. Didn't you have buttons?
Oh, I did. I had.
Where are my buttons?
Oh, my buttons are in here. So Will and Folk, I did actually shop for buttons.
Yes, I did too.
And this was
Okay.
at Golden Earth. They were sort of like to the back of the main tent,
Mhm.
and like actually in a really unfortunate like position, because the little like gap between their tent and the main tent, rain would come pouring down that thing, and it was not great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And they're the ones who had the baby goat the night
Oh.
before.
it was so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know, my heart just breaks.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
we're glad we got a chance to support these vendors, regardless of how uncomfortable it was for
Yeah.
all parties. But we got some really, really cute buttons.
You did.
You
I
did
did
too.
I did.
Yeah.
So
Show them
aggressive.
both at the same time.
Yeah, let me try.
Yeah.
Everything is blue with me lately, and everything
I
is
love
green
it.
with you.
I know. Oh my god, look at us. Look at us holding
our
little things.
Can you see them? I don't
hope so.
know. I don't know.
Closer.
Ooh,
There we go.
there we go.
Yeah.
I hope that was in focus.
Yeah.
We'll see later.
Yeah. But I got 2 random ones because I like to collect buttons for my fashion design sewing days. So
Oh yeah, you have a good collection.
I have a big weird collection which I love. But these are gonna be, well, some of these are gonna be for our pressed flower cardigan
And then some of them.
when we make them.
Oh, that's another thing. We saw so many.
So many. And I honestly think the pressed flowers cardigan was the sweater of the year.
It was the Rhinebeck sweater of the year.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yes.
And like I want to make one even though it's over.
Yeah, I know. I want to make one too. I'm going to take apart my pressed flowers shawl and then make the cardigan. The colors that I used for that, which I haven't touched since 2021.
It just we were waiting.
Maybe?
We were waiting for the cardigan. We didn't know.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. The cardigan did come out after, so I didn't know. So now I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I think that was all of Rhinebeck.
Yeah, that's all of Rhinebeck.
Our Rhinebeck weekend. We have already booked Rhinebeck 2024.
Yes,
so we're definitely going.
Yeah,
we're gonna do things very differently. It's still gonna be a weekend for us, but we are only gonna do New York Sheep and Wool as of right now. Of course, we have a whole year, so that might change. But
yeah, I think the plan right now is to kind of more just spend time with people, and
less about the shopping,
less about the auxiliary events. Yeah. I would say mostly I want to do Rhinebeck again for sure.
Yeah,
it'll be a lot of fun. I think
it'll be a good weekend with people that we enjoy being around. So yeah, with just a little bit of fiber and sheep sprinkled in. Kind of thing.
So that was the Rhinebeck hangover.
Yeah,
I feel like
the full Rhinebeck hangover.
That was the only way to tell it. It felt that chaotic.
It was very chaotic. I feel like I still feel chaotic after it.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I think we just got thrown in, and we were both trying to keep each other from like kind of having a meltdown.
Yeah, it was. I think we were trying to help keep each other calm. Like we'd just come back and decompress at the hotel and like watch like 90 Day Fiance and
Catfish
and just be like, oh my god, let's just zone out.
Zone out. Yeah,
it
was fun looking at all the stuff we bought. Kind of planning our projects because that's one of our favorite things to do is pick colors and yarn for our projects. So we at least
our make-alongs.
Yes, all our make-alongs. We have so many now. We can't wait to keep sharing them.
Yeah. Let's do some finished objects.
Yeah. And I think we only both have one.
Well, I just realized I have two because that's the yarn I brought instead of everything else I was supposed to bring. Well, I'll do this one first. So I made this hat, which is the giant twisted rib hat from Purl Soho, and you have like 3 of these.
Yes.
I don't know.
I do have 3 of them. Yes. And I wore one last episode, that neon yellow one.
Yes. And so
that influenced you.
It's been on my mind, and so this was that cake we saw, summer camp fibers. I think. And this was their Cakepoolza
special colorway.
So I mean, I love pink.
Oh, you have to.
I have to get up and show you guys. I love
all the colors in that are just so pretty.
Colors. It's so pretty. I love it.
So pretty.
I wore it immediately as soon as I put it on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's so pretty.
I know. I'm so happy.
You picked the yarn.
Well, you helped me because I was there and I was torn between like they had a orange pink.
Oh yes,
remember?
Yes.
A variegated and this one, and you were like, "Oh, this one's called Cake," and I was like, "Oh, yes,
and it goes with everything.
It goes with everything.
You could wear a little pink. You could wear a little blue.
Yeah, it goes with this right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is one of my FOs.
Yes.
You do one.
Oh, and the only FO I have is also another hat. Yay!
This is the $100 hat.
This is the $100 hat, not including my labor. This is that yarn, the Quivet yarn that I got from Alaska, and all its fuzzy glory. And it's the A Fresh Start Toque, one of my patterns I did exclusively with Wool and Folk. Wool and Honey. Take that back. Wool and Honey yarn store in Cedar, Michigan. We did a collaboration last winter, and I finally have the pattern on my pattern shop on my website. And this also got its own blocking.
Yes, in the rain.
And Folk and Cake in the rain, but it's still so soft.
It's so soft.
So soft.
It it just bloomed a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a perfect amount.
Yeah.
And it blocked to your head.
Yeah.
So.
It's for me now.
It's okay.
And that's the only finished object that I have. Yep.
I have one more.
Yes.
Well, it's also a whip, and I just posted about it too, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I have a big bag. I'm gonna reveal it slowly. Here.
Yes.
You can be the holder.
That'll be the Vanna White.
So you shared your spin with me,
Yes.
and you know, you were learning and we were talking about it, and I was like, I miss it so much. I want to start right now. And I realized I had a project I could finish real quick, and it's this.
Look at those colors.
So you got me this from Kim Dye's Yarn.
Yes.
The Targi something.
Yes.
Maybe it was Merino Targi. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Oh,
Sorry.
so pretty.
And these two are from Kumasi on Etsy anymore. Anyway, that's where I can find them.
Mm-hmm.
But the fiber is Falkland, and I just like the colors. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna make the Chise, the penguin wing cardi
Yes.
that you made
Yes.
like 2 years ago now.
Yes.
And I've been threatening to make it once I spin
Yep.
this. You got me the pink.
All right. And of course, because of the end of Rhinebeck, that means the end of Rhinebeck Bingo. So for everyone who joined us, thank you so much for playing.
Yes.
And we have a winner that we randomly generated through our comments, subscribers, everyone who played the bingo. And the winner is at Alicia Wood 7390 on YouTube. So thank you for playing.
Yes.
And if you get in contact with us, we'll make sure to send the giveaway prize to you.
Yeah.
So let us know how to get in touch with you. If you need to email us to find us or message us on Instagram at between2skeins and also at between2skeins at gmail.com.
Yes.
That's where you can email us. And so thanks for joining in on the fun with us.
Yeah, thanks for playing. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had a good time.
Yeah.
Coming up with it.
Yeah.
And we did run into people that were
Yep.
playing with us. So
Yep.
yeah.
It was fun. So
yeah. Hopefully you caught one of the stickers too.
Oh yes. We did hand out some stickers.
They were around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see you next episode.
Yeah.
It's already November, so we'll have a end of year recap soon.
Yes.
And you can find me on Instagram and the Making app at tina.say.knits.
And I'm at Pizzaveri, like pizza and then VERI.
And you can also find us on Instagram at between2skeins and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. And we'll see you next episode.
Yep. See you next episode.
Bye.